Everyone laughed at the little ant, not because she was weak, but because of her dream. One morning, while the entire colony was busy carrying food, the tiny ant looked up at the tallest mountain in the forest. Its peak disappeared into the clouds. The older ants shook their heads. That mountain is impossible. You were born to carry crumbs, not climb mountains. Know your place. But the little ant didn't argue. She simply smiled and took her first step. The first few meters were easy. The ground was flat, and the sun was warm. She felt unstoppable. Then came the first obstacle, a tiny stream. For a human, so it would have been nothing. For an ant, it was like an ocean. The current pushed her back again, and again, and again. Each time she was swept away. The other insects laughed. Go home. You'll never make it. Dreams don't change reality. The ant stood still for a moment. Then she whispered to herself, I don't have to cross it perfectly. I just have to keep trying. After dozens of attempts, she found a small leaf floating on the water. She climbed onto it and used it as a raft. The impossible became possible, not because the stream became smaller, but because she became wiser. Days turned into weeks. The climb grew harder, sharp. Rocks cut her tiny feet. Strong winds threw her backward. Heavy rain washed away the trail. Sometimes she climbed all day, only to wake up the next morning lower than where she had started. Those were the hardest days, not because of the pain, but because it felt like all her effort meant nothing. She wanted to quit. She looked back toward the valley. Her old life seemed so easy. No struggle, no failure, no disappointment. Then she remembered why she had started. She wasn't climbing to prove everyone else wrong. She was climbing to prove to herself that she could become more than she was yesterday. So she stood up again, one tiny step, then another, then another. Along the way, she met many animals. A rabbit mocked her, "You're too slow." A monkey laughed, "You'll grow old before reaching the top." Even an eagle looked down and said, "Some dreams belong to creatures with wings." The ant thanked them and kept climbing, because she had learned something powerful. Other people's opinions weigh nothing unless you choose to carry them. Months passed. The mountain grew colder. Food became scarce. There were days when she had almost no strength left. Yet every sunrise, she took one more step, not because she knew she would succeed, but because giving up guaranteed she wouldn't. Finally, after countless failures, after storms, after pain, after loneliness, the little ant reached the summit. For the first time in her life, she could see the entire forest, the rivers, the trees, the valley where everyone had once laughed at her. She realized something surprising. The mountain hadn't become smaller, she had become stronger. As she stood at the top, young ants from below began climbing too, not because the journey had become easier, but because someone had shown them it was possible. In that moment, the ant understood the true meaning of success. Success isn't reaching the top. Success is becoming the kind of person whose courage inspires others to begin. Remember this: whenever life feels too hard, you don't have to conquer the whole mountain today. You only need the courage to take the next step. Because mountains are never climbed in one giant leap. They are conquered, one small step at a time. And just like that tiny ant, your greatest strength isn't your size, it isn't your talent, it isn't your luck. Your greatest strength is your decision to keep moving forward when everyone else believes you should stop. One step today, one step tomorrow, one step every day. And one day, you'll look back from your own mountaintop, realizing that the person who reached the summit was built by every step along the way.